My name is Elvo. I'm a music producer for about 10-11 years.
How did it start for you musically?
Well, musically, I started off as an artist in 1993.
That's a way back, way back. How was it at the beginning when you started?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was mostly to do. I was a hip hop artist though. It was mostly just this hip hop culture going on around here. There was not quite a lot of studios around here, so back then it was mostly has to do with there's no CDs. Also, there was no CDs released here, so it was only on the performances. So you just when you happen to see there's a performances coming up, you run over there. I still remember, back in the day we used to go see Mr. Rashiyama used to perform. Sometimes we used to go ask him for giving us a little space. Then he would go in back then in the warehouse and we used to go perform around there. Yeah, that's why I went up and down like that.
Do you sometimes wish that you would have remained an artist instead of a producer? And perhaps do you think things would have turned out better as an artist?
Well, to be straightforward, yes, I was an artist, but that was not my aim from the beginning. I always had this dream that I need to be in a studio. I need to do something. I need to do something more creative. There was always this thing about me. I was in a group, a music group, which was called Noble Lashes. This group was consisting of 3 members. So, which one of the guys was doing mostly the writing. I was doing mostly behind, creating beats. But that time there was no studio. So when we happened to go in a studio, I would be mostly the guy, coming up with the ideas, the background music. And I used to be from the beginning. I was like that. So I knew already there was something. I always had that extra ear. When I listened to music, I was like, no man, this song doesn't sound right. I think we must change it this way. So it was already in me by then. When I started off as an artist. So I knew I wanted to be a producer and I was forcing for it. I pushed it. Yeah.
Who inspired you? What were you watching? What dream did you have? Who spoke to you to motivate you to be in this industry?
Perfectly, that's a good question. Let me tell you. Okay, that's how I grew up and I think the neighborhood where I grew up was I was staying in Windhoek North by the time. In Windhoek North, we were like a bunch of guys. It was the time of the b-ball and all these type of things, and there was a park there. So what happens is that this is what inspired me. These guys, when they go play basketball, there was always a guy with a small tape. They go sit there. That was like back in the 90s, early 90s. They go sit with a small tape there and they will play. So what we do is everybody has like a freestyle session. So when someone play, you have to. Sometimes there's always this crew is doing something and they will do their freestyle going on, and that's what we used to do. It was almost like a play we always do, but we didn't know that we would become artists by the time. Till some of the guys told us, hey, but you guys, man, why don't you push this thing up a little bit further? And yeah, that's when we write our first song called Harmonic Lash, which got us entered into the Music Makers 97.
Real OGs in the back in the years, yeah?
Yeah, started off 1992. I remember Kalarians was there. I remember them. I remember there was a couple of, I don't want to, Odell, Fidel was there. We used to perform together. There was back then, which now is Marua Mall. It used to be Marua Park. There was this club. I know the guys from back in the day, they will know what I'm talking about. There's this club which is called the Club Basement. So it was at Marua Park. It was down there. So there was everything. Everybody, and I'm saying it now, the person who was performing at Club Basement, it was a guy who started in the industry, and it's a person I respect. So I found a lot of these guys. They were there, Kalarians were there, Odell were there. There was a couple other guys I forgot now, but there was a couple of crews together, and we used to compete there. That's where the whole thing started.
Ever since you've been in school, besides being a producer, being in the limelight, spotlight of music and entertainment and all that. You producing for big artists. If Elvo was not a producer, what would have been like? Would you have been a doctor or an architect or?
I didn't know I would start producing for other artists. It's not really what I had in my mind. I did wanted to be in the production thing, but the aim was because we were artists and we were struggling and we were pushed. I had to become a producer to perfect our music and get out there. That was the whole aim. I wanted to start something like that and push our group and go further. But the only way to do that, I had to become something because there was no studios. There was nothing. You have to go in the studio, you have to listen to what someone tell you. If this person say no, you do it this way, you just have to do it. So I had no choice since I had that ability to do something extra.
You're arguably the best producer in Namibia, I can say, or one of the gurus, the legends of music production, music town in Namibia.
Yeah, I respect the other producers though. There's some good producers right now. They do quite good stuff. I can see the production they are doing, is quite good. The industry have totally taken another step, you understand? So it's on a different level now. So doing music today, you really need to know your story and you really need to know how you must perfect music. So you really need to be really good in production to do something in today's life than back then. Yeah, I was, we started as the first guy starting off, doing all that, but I do respect all the producers who's coming out now today. I respect them all.
Elvo, if you had the option of working with an international artist, doesn't matter whether it's in Africa or outside our continent, who would it be and why?
There's some artists that really inspired me back then. So I started off basically as an artist. So if I would want to work with international artists, it would be Bone Thugs and Harmony. I like those crew, they have this harmony feel and all that, so I would really love to work with those guys, even if it's just one of them. And then obviously I would love to work with some artists that is like part of Dre's label, like Kendrick Lamar and those guys, yeah.
But you have worked with a couple of international artists as well?
Yeah, I worked with South African, Zambian artists, and Botswana. I've been in the studio with Buju Muju. I've been in the studio with Bricks. Back then with Brown Dash also. I've been working with JK also in the studio. Yeah. Producers. My words to all the producers out there is that if you want to be professional, and you really, if you are sure you want to be professional, because I'm not just saying someone who wants to try. If you think you are professional and that's what you want to do, the first thing you have to do is to cut down your unnecessary times of things you are doing. Like, it shouldn't be a part-time. That's first of all. Don't make it part-time. If you want to be professional, make it full-time. It's the only way you'll make it and you can call yourself a professional producer. If it's part-time, you can still be good, but it's not 100% professional. Then keep your ear open. Listen every type of music. Don't listen just to one style. I see people like this thing of just listening to, no, I only listen to hip hop, only listen to house. No, listen to everything. Rock and roll. Listen to music in general. You will become a professional producer. That's what I do.